Hi guys, Vasco here with the next episode as promised about the beautiful animals of the beautiful continent of Africa, step by step, episode by episode as we continue with our learning series. Today I'm not yet still done with the snakes, so today I will bring, in this episode I'll give you two different types of snakes and their characteristics as we learn and continue to demystify the mysteries that are in these animals that are found in our continent. So today I will deal with, I will teach you about the cobras and the egg eaters. The cobras and the egg eaters. I will begin with the cobras and then proceed to the egg eaters. We begin. As usual, I will begin with the general characteristics of the cobras, and then I will give examples as we continue. And with that, we can begin with the very first characteristics of a cobra that gives them that name actually is the hood. A hood is one of their characteristics that they show when agitated or when we're angry. It is a warning sign where they raise their head, and spread their ribs. I'm sure you have an idea of what I'm talking about. They raise their head and spread. What they spread here is just a part of the ribs, and that is the most common characteristics of the cobras. They have a hood. They can raise a hood, and most of them actually they can raise almost a third of their bodies together with the hood as a warning sign. Characteristic number two is that most of the cobras are very long snakes. Most of them can grow to more than 2 meters. So yes, that is quite a huge snake. And to the third characteristics is that cobras occur in Africa and Asia. We have cobras both in Africa and Asia, but as usual, we are going to focus on Africa. Now, the largest true cobra is known as the forest cobra, but it is not the longest of the cobras because there is a king cobra which is found in Asia, but king cobra is said to be not a true cobra. There are reasons for that. For example, it is known to eat other cobras and other characteristics that it has. It stands alone in its own species. That's why it is not commonly known as a true cobra, but it is the longest venomous snake that we have in the world, the king cobra, very famous for eating other snakes. But the largest true cobra that we have is the forest cobra. On to the next characteristics is that they have different colors. It varies with the species. We have black, we have brown, we have a lot of colors, some with some different markings on their necks, depending with the species. So their colors and appearance vary with each and every species. On to the other one is that we have two types of cobras. We have spitters and non-spitters. I will explain more about the spitters and the non-spitters as we proceed after the general characteristics, of which we go to the other one. And as I said last time, that we have snakes that are viviparous and oviparous. These ones are oviparous. They lay eggs 20 to 40 at a time, and also cobras are known to take care of their nests until the snakelets are hatched, and now it is everybody for himself. I think those are the main characteristics I have for you about the cobras. You can go and research more and add in the comments. You are welcome. We learn, we educate each other. Now I will go to the next one. And by the way, a very good fact about the cobras is that the name comes from a Portuguese, borrowed from Portuguese, from the name Cobra de Capello, which means the hooded snake. Cobras have a very rich history. In the Egyptian history, you will find them. They used to be found in the clothes that the pharaohs used to wear on their headdress. So the cobras have had a long history over time. And the biggest enemy we can talk about cobras is the mongoose. A mongoose is a small mammal. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, somewhere later in the series. But that is the biggest enemy to the snake because they are able to dodge the strikes from the snake and kill it and actually make a meal out of it. The mongoose is what is known as the biggest enemy the cobras. I will proceed with what I talked about the spitters and non-spitters. So the cobras, we have two types. All of them have that hood when as a warning sign. But now we have some that can spit venom out. Those are the spitters. And we have some that cannot spit the venom out. Those are the non-spitters. So what happens with the spitters is that they compress the venom from the venom glands. It comes to the fangs and then it is released with a lot of pressure, accurately to around 2 meters to the victim's eyes. And they are very, very accurate. So if it is, for example, it is a human being, a cobra, a spitting cobra can be able to spit that venom from wherever it is, 2 meters away to the eyes of the human being. And that venom causes irritation, a lot of irritation. It's very painful. And what you do is you wash with clean water repeatedly, because if you do not do that, if not dealt with in due time, it leads to blindness. And examples of the spitters we have is the black-necked spitter. We have the Mozambique spitting cobra. We have the red spitting cobra, very common in the dry areas of Kenya, and the Ashes spitting cobra, which actually is the largest of all spitting cobras. Now, to the non-spitters, which we have a lot of them, those ones are not able to eject or to throw venom out, and we have so many of them. We have the Egyptian cobra, we have the Cape cobra, we have the forest cobras, and so many more. So that is what I have about cobras in Africa. There are so many of them, and each of them are important and unique in their own case, all the way from South Africa up to Egypt, up there. So you can go and do more research on each and every cobra, because they are found in almost all habitats. And now I will proceed with the egg eaters. This is a very not much known about snake, but as important and as mysterious as the others to most people. Now, the egg eaters, I will of course go straight into the general characteristics of the egg eaters. Now, the egg eaters are small, slender, and very harmless snakes. As their name suggests or says, they eat eggs, so they do not have the need for venom glands or the fangs and all that. So they are just small and slender, harmless snakes, and they have different colors from brown to green to black, depending with each subspecies. They are in Africa. We have 5 of them, and we have 1 in India. We have 5 subspecies in sub-Saharan Africa, and then we have 1 in India. And of course, or just like the cobras, they lay eggs. They are oviparous. They lay eggs where the snakelets hatch from the eggs, each to his own way. And also they are arboreal. Arboreal means they like staying on trees. You will find these snakes most of the time up on the trees, which makes sense because that is where we find the birds' eggs. So it is not common that you will find an egg eater on the ground. Most of the time they are up the trees, running after nests, trying to look for food. Now, one of the most unique thing about the egg eaters that makes them very different from other snakes is that one of the vertebrae at the neck area, they have something like a spike that goes into the esophagus of the snake. And the work of that, you can say bone protrusion or an extension of the vertebrae at the neck area of the esophagus is because once the snake swallows the egg, which actually most of the time it is even bigger than its head, the spike or that protrusion bone at the neck breaks that egg. The egg content goes into the stomach. The eggshell, which cannot be digested, is regurgitated outside. That is what they do. So they will swallow an egg. You'll see it as big inside the mouth. Then all of a sudden it is broken by that protrusion of the vertebrae at the neck area, the protrusion into the esophagus. That is basically its work. Break the egg, the content, the yolk and the content of the egg go into the stomach, and now the shell that cannot be digested is thrown out. Interesting, right? To the next characteristics of the egg eaters. Some other snakes are known to eat eggs, but they mix the diet with, it's not their specialization, that's what I mean. But for the egg eaters, that is their specialization. They do not feed on anything else. They feed on birds eggs, and they are known even to fast in between the birds nesting periods. When the birds, maybe they are not laying eggs, they are known to fast and wait until the nesting period so they can eat the eggs. And again, their teeth are very reduced. They have very small teeth to give space to swallow this big egg. I don't know, there is nothing much more from me to talk about the egg eaters, but there are other things you can learn about them, about their distribution, about much more there is about the egg eaters, and also you can look for their pictures and see the videos and see how they swallow their eggs. It is very, very interesting. I will close my today's episode today with the two types of snakes that I have covered. I will come in the next one with in the next episode with the last one, which will be the mambas of Africa. I hope you are enjoying. Continue and learning at the same time. Continue subscribing and inviting your friends. See you in the next one.